afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the stream here live on Stream A, twitch.tv/Rainbow6. I'm Millenium Finch. With me is the ever so, how do we call you today? The ever so eloquent.
That's a new one.
That's
certainly a new one.
It's Harry Dempster, of course, joining me here for your first matchup at a major event.
Yes, it is indeed.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome.
I haven't seen him at all. No, we definitely have not been hanging out. That's for
sure. Last night meant nothing, do you know?
No, as usual, I'm that kind of guy. I just move on. Anyways, that is a bit of our intro here, but we've had some pretty sweet games today. It's on this stream or, of course, on Rainbow6 Bravo. We've had some pretty exciting matchups. We have Vitality upsetting against Team Liquid in a 2-1. It was a pretty darn close game. Then G2 able to claw it back on map 3 on Bank with a 6-1 after losing 6-0 on Villa versus
Big
Market.
upset there, yeah.
Yeah, we also got Fnatic losing in a 2-0 against NIP. We start off with our day with Norarengu defeating Obey Alliance. It's pretty darn interesting to say the least. There's been a lot of storylines built up here, Harry.
Yeah, there's been a couple of upsets. There's been a few predictions that we expected would go in the way, which as always is. We expected G2 to win out. We didn't actually expect that 6-0, however, for Market to pull out on Villa especially. So
it's a mind game. It's
been a very eventful day, and I'm sure that certainly not over yet. That's for sure. We still have a whole half of the day still waiting for us just to get stuck into. So there's certainly going to be something to look into for these next couple of matches as well.
All right. Well, as you mentioned, we only have 2 games to go. After this one, we'll have Team Secret versus actually a pretty darn tough opponent.
Yeah.
And that's Rogue. That's the #1 team for a lot of people in North America. I'm very excited to see how that EUNA matchup goes. In the meantime, EG are playing Element Mystic on our B stream, so make sure to check that out on there. Before we get to Team Secret and Rogue, which I assume that you're a big fan of Rogue, we're gonna take a quick look here at our 2 teams that are playing our matchup here. Starting off with Millenium, of course, they're playing against Immortals from Latin America. Livin, Falco, Renshiro, Rise, and Higgs. For a lot of people looking at this lineup, are like, where's Yogurts?
Well, was missing.
Yeah. Yogurts got benched for reasons that Capel, the coach for Millenium, has come out and said on social media. And Falco, a player that hasn't really played a top-tier competitive game in over a year, comes back here with the lineup. And we'll see how they play together in his very first LAN tournament in quite a while. As right now, Tapis de Douche is giving the team a bit of a tendering.
Good rub-in.
Yeah.
Making sure he's relaxed, making sure he's got his head in the game, as we like to say. But yeah, Millenium, a very strong team. May not be the top 2 at this stage inside of the Pro League, but still a competitive force nonetheless. Sitting at 3rd place at the moment. They've had a bit of a rocky slowdown in these last couple of weeks inside the Pro League, but I'm sure looking in towards these next couple of weeks for Pro League as well will bounce back, and they could still contender for Rio as well. So very strong team. Yeah,
definitely a possibility. But here we'll take a look at their opponents. Of course, Immortals from Latin America, Novi Cyber, One Yuk, and Diogo. A lineup that has actually been surprisingly effective in a Pro League.
Yes, indeed. They're sitting joint 2nd at the moment, or joint 1st, whatever you want to say it, sitting on the same points as Liquid currently, which is definitely no small feat to put yourself in. They've had a very good run of games. The only one that has kind of been a bit of a hit or miss for them was the draw against Pain Gaming a couple of weeks ago. That would be the only real big disappointing upset that they had in these past couple of weeks.
One thing I want to highlight, those jerseys are absolutely beautiful.
Stunning,
they're going in with the black and gold. So Immortals is usually the cyan or light green, playing in here with these colors. This is only specific to the Paris Major. That's why they have that bit of a golden flair in it. But that aside, we kind of introduced our teams here. We'll take a look at our picks and bans. I want to see where we're going to get this match flowing on. We already saw a Villa. So I wonder where we're going to go here. Well, Oregon will be map 1. That's for Immortals. It's a map that is extremely strong for really any Latin American team. Then we head to Coastline, a very strong map for Millenium. And then map 3 will be Consulate, which is actually a pretty good map for Millenium
as well. I would say as well. It's a bit like it's a map that we haven't seen played yet as of today. It's still a map which is very much still in the map pool. probably, I would say, bottom 2 played.
Yeah, it used to get played a lot
Yeah.
more than nowadays.
Yeah, it certainly did. But I would say that Villa and Consular are kind of on that same kind of tier where, yeah, they'll play it if they want to try and just catch somebody by surprise. But Consular, very easy map to play. Most teams know how to play at this stage because it's been in the map pool for I don't know how long.
Forever, for literally day one.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to see how Millenium play this if we do get to a final map, because they have Falco, and historically speaking, Falco is a player that has had one of some of the most interesting plays with Mute, especially on this map. So I'm kind of hoping it goes to map 3, to be honest.
Yeah, Falco, he's a guy that brings a lot of room presence. Specifically, I remember back in his days during the Penta lineup, where, if you did not know, that's what he used to be part of. World champion as well, let's not forget. We cannot take that away from this guy. A lot of competitive
Pro League
experience. Yeah.
It's not the same, right?
But still.
A champion nonetheless.
Good experience.
Yes. So I'm as you are, very excited to see what Falco has to bring. This is the big question here, because Immortals are definitely a team that is strong. They've proven that they can upset really against anybody. But with Falco on the board, Millenium kind of have pros and cons to deal with. We don't have the player that we're used to playing with all the time. That's been fairly well performing within LAN or offline, especially at LAN, I want to say, for Yogurts.
Yeah, Valencia, he played very well. I believe he dropped 21 kills in one map against Penta. Back in Valencia, that was a pretty big game for him.
Pretty big game, pretty darn impressive plays from him. But here, they'll have to rely on Falco, and as much experience as Falco brings, that was experience back in times where the metagame was completely different. Where if you haven't played competitively at the high tier on these Pro League tournaments ever since then, kind of takes a while to get back into it, and it has been, I want to say, like at least a week, maximum a week actually, since that change happened. So coming into the major, Millenium might not have the same level of team chemistry exactly that they would have been had Yogurts been here. But there's obviously a reason for the change.
Of course. We don't know internally. It's down to Millenium, their choice. But nonetheless, Falco is here. And we're going to jump into our first map, which is going to be Oregon. Immortals versus Millenium. Millenium are going to be starting on the defense. They get the first attacking ban. Let's see what these operator bans are going to have in store for us.
Yeah, so I'm expecting, there you go, Dokkaebi will get banned firstly by Millenium. Even though this is an operator that is very strong for Livin, for example, Immortals kind of use and abuse Dokkaebi. It's very much a Latin American thing as well here. Millenium looking more at a own play. Immortals will go in for the first attacker ban. Glass will get removed. And I assume that'll be Mira, the second operator, being taken away. This definitely does leave things open for Millenium, as they can bring a Blackbeard, which is something we know Renshiro plays quite a bit of.
Yeah, Blackbeard is always going to be a big menace on Oregon. It's a very heavy window map, especially looking at the Kid Storms. And let's not forget as well...
Smoke! Oh, boy, that's Blitzfinka time.
That's a big ban.
They baited into no shield ban.
Yeah, that's a map or a ban that we never ever see banned on specifically Oregon, because the amount of chokeholds that you can put pressure on to the attacking team with them gas canisters is so crucial in most cases.
It has happened twice where in Pro League Smoke will be banned. It was once on Oregon, once on Clubhouse. And that is it. Smoke is so rarely banned because of how strong he is, how essential he is for a lot of teams. And now here, we see him banned, and I'm expecting Immortals to really try to juke things out here against Millenium. Now, they need to go for one operator that they're sure of, and there we go. Going to go for the Blitz, maybe the second one. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be a Jackal. I think it's going to be a switch to a Finka.
Yeah, certainly could be the case. Jackal isn't an operator that is played all in Oregon, mostly because it is quite a small map. It's very easy to drone out, and whenever you have essentially the human drone in the form of a Blitz, who is actually going to get picked out for Alliance, so Jackal's going to stay.
Much more standard.
And Valkyrie's going to be brought out as well for the tower defense, and we know how strong Valkyrie cameras can be on that particular bomb site.
Yeah, and we've seen how important it is to hold the third floor on the tower, putting the Jaeger up there and just having him go ham on any of his opponents that dare to come up there. But you require a lot of ADSs. You require a lot of utility, a lot of minerals to make sure that top floor is held effectively. But another spot is also holding from below. Now, Mira, not a big operator when it comes to the tower defense, but Falco will be bringing the op this time around as well. He's going to be reinforcing the side here from construction and just falling back in the meantime.
Yeah, them mirror windows ideally are going to be played in about the attic area. This just locks down a potential access route for the attackers, and especially attic, which is a very high traffic area. Whenever you can open up that reinforced wall from that bedroom side and push your way in, gives you your staging ground, gives you your foothold on to this bomb site. And also, the other mirror window is primarily going to be used as more of a meeting hold. It helps down with that the bottom floor then. It helps lock down. Nobody can come through in towards that other area that some teams do like to push. It's a bit more riskier pushing in towards the meeting if you do not have the attic area locked down first of all. But this is where the drone phase is just going to come out for Immortals, figure out where they're going to want to push, and then, like I said, try and get their way in towards the bedroom area, and then essentially in towards that attic area, which is going to be the big key inside of this attack.
Now, Novi's just moving in to the kitchen, and spot that both walls here are reinforced into the meeting hall. You can scan in by just using the drone hole to your advantage. They even have a bandit battery on the back. So a lot of utility being used here to hold onto the meeting hall, and obviously it makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, of course it does, yeah.
You kind of need to have this sort of hold, because otherwise the tower is pretty darn complicated to hold without having external layers. This has to be this onion style of defense. If not, you're going to cry at the end of it.
Yeah, you really have to think out what you want to do with your defense, especially on a tower which is it's seen a bit of an uprise today, I would say. Typically in the Pro League weeks, we haven't seen this being played as much as we would like it to be sometimes, but certainly today it has been played quite a lot by different teams, so it is becoming a bit of a meta, and already we're seeing these Habana pellets being used in towards that kitchen area, and then they're going to try and breach their way in towards the meeting from just simply the meeting, not even the attic. They're going to try and risk it.
All right, Novi's moving in from the basement. Can he spot any footsteps? No, he cannot. Just moving up. And he gets a free kill on the Echo. And nobody really watching in this position as the drone right in front. Cyber getting information being relayed back into the players of Immortals. Novi's coming in and can use these holes up in the attic to his advantage. Hicks having to run down as Renshiro will get the kill on one. That's now Diffuser on the floor and just watching in the kitchen. They have information and a beat on where that Diffuser is. Of course, Hicks will keep contesting. Novi's just has no ability to peek up as he knows that there's opponents that are watching for him. Though the smoke grenade might be the thing that he needs here to keep moving up. The Echo drone gives information back to Immortals here. Second smoke grenade will get thrown out. Unfortunately, he can't find the angle on player upstairs. C4 will miss here from Renshiro, but the Diffuser has been picked up. Yuk will get one on Renshiro, turn it into a 4v3, but Hicks runs in and he gets the kill on Cyber from above. Diffuser plant has been denied as Falco gets one more from the rear stage, and he's playing against Diogo getting the kill. Diffuser now on the floor. They try to spray into the back as Novi's is low. This is the trade as Hicks gets the kill, and the Mira is on the floor in the rear stage. It's pretty effective for Millenium. Holding tower definitely gives you a big advantage now, leading into our next two sites, possibly Laundry and, of course, the bedroom.
Yeah, an excellent defense from Millenium. I actually thought Immortals had a bit of a chance there with Novi's coming from below a typical access point we do not see many attackers go for, but because they didn't try and plant from the upstairs, being confined in towards that doorway area, it is so easy for a retake coming out from Millenium. We've seen the holes being shot from the soft wall. It then kills the planter onto that area, as we did see the Valkyrie get the kill. And then you have so many runouts you have to worry about as well. May it be coming from the two windows inside of that mid floor off that big tower. It's a lot of things you have to worry about, and Immortals just did not have the flanks covered. We've seen them drop one by one, and then eventually they just lost the control of the site that they did establish.
They couldn't act upon the position of the Jackal, and unfortunately, it gives Millenium a big advantage now because they go up to kids' dorms, and they'll try to use that to their advantage. Remind you that smoke is banned, and for tower, you don't really need a smoke. He's kind of an extra operator if you want, but there's better picks. And here at Millenium, not really fearing anything. They'll be focusing a lot more on the Mira play, and Renshiro, of course, will be sticking to the Mira. I wonder where he's going to be setting up his windows. As we've seen a lot of kitchen, meeting hall, and bathroom holds that include Mira windows.
Yeah, this screams a kitchen at this stage. They brought the Pulse with a shotgun, remind you as well.
Falco, oh my god.
We never
Falco
seen this
is,
gun.
he's still in the mindset of year one, isn't he? This is a shotgun on Pulse. I think, did we see this? Yeah, we did in the previous matchup.
Yes, we did. That was it was something that definitely caught us by surprise. But who knows, he may be able to make it work, especially on a destructible map like Oregon, where you can then start wallbanging, getting rid of the wooden floor from below. It could come into bite Immortals in the rear end in the inevitable push, so it could work out, who knows?
Interesting part is that no Echo is banned, so I was expecting maybe the Echo would be the replacement here for the shotgun, but not the case, and Rise getting a bit of a tag here in Cyber, who's fairly low on health, and now I'll see Rise just falling back and playing from the Armory Hall.
So it seems to be that Immortals are just going to completely bypass that kitchen defense. They're more focused on this armory and this master bedroom control, trying to get themselves in. Great use of that that secondary shotgun coming out from the Jackal, using it to shoot open from below of the armory, gets rid of Rise, doesn't let him play in there. It's a very common spot for a Jaeger to be played inside armory. He has the ADSs that can protect him from nades coming in from that window.
Oh no, is that an FO12? I've been seeing, okay,
Shotgun Central.
the past week has been all Twitter posts with the FO12. Oh, everybody thought the CZ was overpowered. Look at the FO12 as people are getting ace after ace. They're actually bringing it in competitive play. What is going on?
Well, if you're going to pull out, and any time it is going to be at a major event, sure, why not? It might catch Immortals by surprise. It's certainly something that they're not going to be expecting, but still, it's an Ayla, so you're expecting that high SMG anyway. And what? Oh, he's just going to get reset, I'd imagine. So that is going to be the quick pickup. Gets him back up to 50 HP, ready for this push. But we see a Pulse still downstairs with his shotgun, with his C4, which can just simply rotate in the classroom and get a free kill onto the planter inside of that small dorms area.
Now, the shotguns make a lot of sense if you're going to play up close and personal, which Falco will definitely do in here. He can play within the kitchen, he can play within the bathroom, and this is where the shotgun will very much shine. And he also has the Mira in the back. He doesn't need any impact nades to help him with the rotation into the meeting hall, but he's going to try to play the pistol game against his opponents, and you know, to be really effective, it's all about the headshots. And Rise playing in the back of the attic. You hear the goo mine going off as he's unable to get the frag in the back. Rise still spraying in, and Cyber still on 50% after being picked up. Novi's, though, finding the headshot on Hicks. Novi's with another one. That's Rise now taken down. The smoke being thrown into the hallway. Diogo spraying in as Falco trying to open things up from below and help out his teammates. The Ella still on the site. Renshiro trying to help out as well. Unfortunately, he's not really able to do much. Falco pulls out the heartbeat center. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can, but unfortunately, it takes a while. That's two with a shotgun. Even Cyber playing with a shotgun. What is happening? What is happening? Can we get an admin in here?
What?
Why are there so many shotguns?
Was that sledge
Even on
shotgun?
the yes, that is sledge shotgun. What are you doing?
Surely this is against the rules.
Just take me out of the oven. I am so done.
You have BK's number, don't you?
No, BK is currently
get him done.
trying not to die.
Yeah, that's true.
It was his birthday. His birthday was Saturday. Yeah.
Phil's birthday, man.
Phil's birthday. Can we get a Phil's birthday man for BK in chat? Thank you very much. I'm sure he's watching right now. So BK is the chairman.
BK's always watching.
Oh God, no.
Hey, you set that up for me.
No, but you know what? Every single time somebody posts anything, he just replies with a tick on Twitter. And
He's the notorious ticking robot.
Just stop. He's a robot. He's a robot. He's fairly German. You know, very Einstein, very focusing on everything that he's doing. So
of course.
That aside, we come back to the focus here for Immortals on the attack, as Millenium will be finally on a normal site. It's odd that they lose on the dorms, but they win on tower pretty effectively. And now it's up to Renshiro to set things up here for Millenium on the Mira. Now the Twitch being banned, they won't have to worry about anything taking down the Mira window early on.
Yeah, we're looking at a very heavy control defense side coming out from Millenium, we know that there's no smoke because it did get banned out by Immortals, so they're going to have to bring the Echo, which was let through, quite surprisingly, because it's typically something we do see. And also, let's not forget about the Legion being brought, which is quite a pesky little operator to deal with in some cases, unless you're running IQ, and IQ, she certainly has fallen off in the recent weeks because of her nerf. And we're going to see the shotgun coming out again from Rise, so is he going to make this work inside of this dorms area? It's a very close range area, so we can make it work. Helps with getting rid of the hatch as well, so it gives them a quick escape. Nova still running on off this Jackal, using it proficiently. Great with the gun. It seems the BC-70 has always been a very excellent gun in most cases, and getting some of these footsteps identifies where the Jaeger's going to play, so don't even need the drone. They know where he is.
Yeah, and you kind of, especially because this is Latin America, they're expecting a team having a couple players upstairs. It's not really something too out of the ordinary. You see Livin setting up his yokai. Now, he did put it on the laundry machine, but he's just going to try to raise it up as it'll be cloaked for the rest of the round here. They know that Immortals not bringing an IQ. Yoke will come in and spray all the way through the wall. Can't really find anything as Rise. Still, of course, with the FO12 in hand. Yook unable to find the angle just yet, as they can use the hatch to their advantage, but also rotate in from the main hall.
Yeah, a very good setup. We're seeing that Millenium are going to try and waste as much utility as they can, and it's always something that you need to do, especially on a map like Oregon, where whenever you're attacking the downstairs an attacker, you're always going to be in a constant time limit, because it is one of the hardest bomb sites to try and get a plant down, because it is so close range. You have to worry about echo drones, of course. Smoke not being there is going to be a less of a worry, but still, you're always going to be in a countdown timer. Look at this creativity from Rai. He's going to be able to create himself a shotgun in towards that connector, in towards the bedroom. Novice is going to get the first kill as Hex will fall, so no more goo mines. The only goo mines are going to be up, is going to be still stuck, and Falco does get the refrag.
This is the position that they need. Rise can hold here with the RG-15 and do quite a bit of damage. Still a two-shot, and Rise hits it. Yook will go down. Is baited out from the armory. 3v3 with an Echo still alive for Livin. They're going to have to watch the angle from above. Cyber still has a shotgun in hand.
Look at this.
What is going on?
Rise, go.
Moving back here. Cyber, and now the SMG in hand. They're going to have to execute on the site. There's not much time left, and if Rise times this correctly, it can definitely shut down his opponents as they go for the execute. But again, SMG-11 at really any range, it's kind of something to fear, though. Shotgun in hand. Now, FO12, not the best shotgun compared to the M59. So,
this is
I'll run right in, and there we go. The super rate of fire. Rise taking down Cyber. Renstro falling up very quickly from above, and Rise again. He gets the kill. Just what is going on? What is going on? What is this shotgun bonanza?
You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. This is something that we have never seen. Is, first of all, sledge shotgun, which still pretty uncommon, but more or less Ela with a shotgun as well. It's absurd.
There has literally never been a competitive game ever since Ela was announced and introduced that has had the FO12 being. This is not even one of those, I'm sure it's been played one time. No, it literally never happens.
No. None whatsoever.
We've seen sledge shotgun.
Yeah, sometimes.
We've even seen Twitch shotgun. We've seen Pulse shotgun. We literally saw it today before this game. But Ela shotgun? What is this boss?
Hey, it's working. You can't complain. If it's working, then he knows what he's doing, surely. So, kitchen and dining is where we're going to be headed next for Millenium, their first defense at this bomb site. We're going to be seeing the 6th pick onto the castle. No 6th pick coming out from Immortals. So that is going to be the lineup they're going to stick with, which in some cases I'm surprised why you just don't 6th pick and then go back and do the operator you were originally going to pick. You know, it just throws the defending team off. Don't know what, say for example, if Immortals had chosen a Ying, for example, that could put a wee bit of fear into Millenium at some stages as well. So using that 6th pick just to scare your opponents is still a viable strategy. I know that G2 do it. They just pick an operator and then they say, oh, I'm just going to pick back to the operator anyway that I'm going to play.
Yeah.
It works.
Definitely does, but we'll see how this kitchen defense. We've so far seen all 4 sites being played by Millenium. We finally get to see, obviously, the 4th one being actually completely played by Millenium. Rise will set his armor panel onto the site here. His last one in the back pocket by the white stairs window, just to make sure he makes it a bit more complicated for the attackers to go in. Though, fortunately for Immortals, they're bringing two of the most excellent self-destructors here with Cyber and Diogo. But there's a mirror window upstairs to help them out with the defense, which actually makes a lot of sense because a sledge coming up to the master bedroom and opening things up here by the closet can definitely make Millenium really have to worry about their flanks literally the entirety of the round because it's a defense in kitchen and taking control of the top floor, pretty important.
Especially whenever Sledge is using the shotgun, we know that he's playing it proficiently. And also Novi's using his secondary shotgun has been proven quite effective. First blood already, he's going to be in Rise after a quick peek from that attic window. That's a very, very hard angle to hit as well. He does get that kill. So well played to Rise, getting that first blood, gets rid of the Sophia as well, which we know is a very strong operator currently in the meta who can provide a lot of utility. And still, this hold is going to be stuck inside of this bedroom, trying to deny the floor access like you talked about, where we could see the sledge come up, start destroying that floor, especially if he has a sledgehammer plus the shotgun, so he could do a double breach as well, so that could also be another option if he wants to go for that. And Nova's just playing this very late rotate kind of attacker. He's on his own, he just tries to go for these picks, which, as you can see, he's trying to get an early lead for his team as well, trying to get rid of one of the main anchors, which is going to be Amira.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't find the angle here. Hicks on the Echo playing from the top floor, so got to always keep your eyes about. Never know when the yokai will strike, and that's why you see Hicks rotating around with the yokai, setting it up by the small doors, right by the small dorms, and he will have some line of sight to play with here, alerting his teammates to potential pushes from the back side. As Immortals right now, they're just mostly focused on small tower, which obviously makes a lot of sense. Take control of small tower, and from there the hallway. Now, unfortunately, Falco is going to try and make Yoke's life as miserable as possible. As he's set up in the shower, the mirror looking the other way.
Ram.
And that's a bit of a problem here, Renshiro going down. Oh, Livin, what a shot as well. He'll nail it all the way from the kitchen. So now two sets of Excyrus will be opened up. Cyber with the SMG-11 in hand. He's holding the side here for the farmlands. We'll see everybody really running that bandit with an iron sight. There's no C4 available for Livin, as Hicks has set up his yokai. One will try to go up for the diffuser plant, but instantly we'll see Hicks using his yokai, which is not usually what would happen.
Oh.
The Yigo will run in. Unfortunately, no information being relayed back to him. Cyber will get the kill, the supernova of the Echo. It's not been put to play just yet. The Fuser will get planted as the Rise and Livin will get one each. It's now all up to Cyber. He's got an SMG-11 in hand, but has the shotgun in the back. Going for the spray. A lot of damage will get done to him and finally taken out. It's now Immortals that are down. 3-1 up for Millenium. And on a map like Oregon, especially when you win Kitchen and when you win Tower, yeah, it's a pretty darn good position for Millenium. They're feeling pretty darn good about themselves.
Yeah, an excellent start for Millenium. They probably couldn't have asked for a better start against the Immortals, so well done to them. So that's pretty big for them. They've already got the free advantage, so even if they do lose this round, they still have that advantage going into the flip as well. So that's something you have to always keep in mind, is if you do have that early lead, it starts to play a little bit of mind games onto Immortals as well. They're going to be thinking, we need to get back in this. We need to get our heads around this. And we've seen it before. We've seen comebacks. We've seen 5-0 go into a 7-5. It happens.
Yeah, now Immortals are taking their time. They have taken their once per map tactical timeout, so they get 1 minute to talk to their coach and make sure that everything is good to go for the rest. Is now they're down 3-1, and they definitely want that second round to be put on the board for them on the attack before moving down to the defense, because if anything, Millenium have been playing super unorthodox way, and Millenium in the meantime can definitely talk to their coach as well. This is a tactical timeout, and it works, both ways, I guess. We'll see what Millenium have cooked up for our next site. It looks like Kids in Dorms Main Hall, or is the site they're gonna go for this time around. I think we're ready to go here, as the admin right behind Immortals coach will come in and just turn off his microphone. just slap it off of his face, I
Yeah,
guess.
just gets that out of there. So yeah, like you said, Kids Dorms and Dorms Main Hall is what we're going to be moving into next. Interesting pickup at the moment for Alive, and he's going to be playing a Rook, more of a year one operator, as we do like to say that Rook doesn't see a lot of play due to the fact that he is still a very clunky free armor. He doesn't have that same agility. He still has a great gun. MP5 has always been one of the best, but it's going to be 6th picked anyway out into the Valkyrie, which does make a lot more of a control hole, I'd imagine, with these Valkyrie cameras, gains more intel for them, so they could be going for the same downstairs defense where they had the setup in kitchen, especially whenever Falco is running this shotgun with the pulse once again. But certainly Immortals, they didn't even want to go near that push previously, so that may be something that they have to think about, where if they want to put resources in and try and take from below, and then that does allow then the Jackal to come in and start ripping up from below as well.
All right, then we'll see how Millenium set this one up, as the armory wall will get reinforced looking down to the hallway. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Rise reinforcing the middle, as you can shoot through that, of course, from the main doorway and the window coming in from the main bedroom. And that is a half reinforced. Is that half reinforced wall? Can we go back to the closet? Yeah, I wonder if they're going to reinforce the whole thing in just a bit, because that seems a bit odd. All right. Falco is opening up the holes. Of course, a big reason of why they're bringing the shotgun now, to bring everybody back to reality, is the fact that smoke is banned. Because smoke is banned, you need some sort of shotguns to remodel the site. This is something I like to call SimCity. It's part of your setup.
Love that game.
Around the site. Yeah, but it is actually a tactical term in strategy games.
Yeah.
So in here, it pretty much works in the same way. You need to remodel the site to make it work in your favor as much as possible, with holes from below, tactical positions where you can use to your advantage. It's exactly what Falco's been doing.
Yeah, that's what we've seen in the last round as well. Whenever the Echo, he had took in the Supernova, so that kind of fills the same role as the smoke shotgun. It gives that same destructibility factor. And we're going to see once again this exact same position that Jackal plays is inside of the garage, opens up the armory, gets rid of the Jaeger, and then they try and take the fight and get rid of anybody inside the armory. And there you go. It's going to be Rise already running away, gets himself out of there, and just rotates back to the exact same position, which is inside the attic.
All right, Diogo will get the kill on a Falco. It's no more Pulse and no more C4. And that's really the biggest loss here. Cyber running in, he just gets the kill on Rise, not even caring about the Jaeger's position. Some damage. Oh, Renshiro, what a dirty shot here to take one out. As Novi's on the floor, but so much damage taken by the French Hulk.
Yeah, looking good for Immortals at this stage. They have the man advantage. They've got rid of Falco from below. They still have to worry about Ren, who does also have a C4 at his capability. But Immortals, they're not really worried about Ren at this stage. They're more focused on, let's get into the master bedroom, let's open up off the walls, let's start making our way in. They also have a couple of smoke grenades on the side of Cyber as well, so that can be used to an advantage. Sophia charges as well can be used. They still have an E1D, I believe, as well, so they can use that. So this is where the plant will come in momentarily, get themselves into that generator, and then hopefully it should be a strong retake for Millenium if the way that they've set up properly.
All right, smoke will get thrown into the back as well as Higgs is flashed, but he does have a mirror window to play with. The Lion will try to jump in and get the kill on the side, and there we go, hits the shoulder, but from below it's Livin with the C4. Look, will get taken down. Diogo taking down Renshiro though with his Claymore. Livin still getting one here as he peeks into the hallway. He needs the info and he hits it. That's one down. Now he has the advantage. He's down. The Habona's on the floor. Livin actually does it, and he takes down everybody from Immortals. A bit of a test there at the end. Diffuser will go down, and Millenium 4-1 advantage. Huge bit of play here from a French player. Millenium have never looked so dead set on victory. And that's round 5. 4 in total going for Millenium. That's their defense. Unorthodox, and it worked.
4 rounds on the defense on Oregon. That's pretty strong to do. Yeah. Especially whenever we talk about where Oregon really only has 2 viable bomb sites that are pretty secure. The Big Tower and also the kitchen isn't really as strong compared to the other 2.
They won all of them.
And they won it. They played every single bomb site and they just worked through it and they just got what they needed to do And this is where the pressure starts to fall on Immortals' back. They have to start carrying this big, massive comeback they have to perform. But Millenium, they have this momentum, and can they carry it in towards these attacking rounds?
Falco on the blitz. That's not something I haven't seen in a long, long time. Welcome back, Falco. It's definitely beautiful to see Falco on the blitz. Hopefully we'll get some sort of play from him in this one here, because of course the advantage is in the way of Millenium. Immortals on the defense. They're going to start off downstairs in the laundry. Of course, with mute being banned, you won't be seeing any mute play here with the jammers that we've been seeing on in the middle, the island basically here. But we do have Maestro played, and of course the big one is Mira.
So looking at this,
Diogo coming in for the reinforcements, as she's going to be sitting around in the meeting hall. Nothing really out of the ordinary here, as the Mira will ease their way into the kitchen and possibly setting up an extra window in the meeting hall. Very standard from Immortals.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers must locate.
So looking at this defense that Immortals are going to try and bring as well, they have these Valkyrie cameras in. They're inside, which is quite surprising for me. We typically see Valkyrie cameras scattered about in towards the big tower area, primarily outside beside them sandbags is a very big spot. Thank you, Marcio, for spotting that out. I do appreciate it. But these inside cameras, especially the one that was put inside of that dining, that is more or less going to be an intel gather for Millenium to find out where they are. But the drones come in and they manage to spot that Valkyrie camera straight away. So this a very sneaky one coming out from Immortals just isn't going to work. And this is going to allow Millenium start pushing their way in with this human drone, as I like to keep referring to it, the Bully Blitz. It's a very secret kind of playstyle. I'm looking at this here, where typically we would see Leon Gids rocking on that Blitz and pushing up in towards Oregon. So possibly Millenium have took a page out of their book.
We've been seeing a lot less of that from Secret,
Yeah,
especially.
they've shifted away from that now.
It's mostly the Zofia plus Bug play into the kitchen, but still, it does work. As long as you have two players that are moving in through that position, you'll be good to go. And Millenium are not bringing the Blackbeard. It's kind of been spotted and very much well understood at this point. Livin moving in from the side. No Oz strategies being played with shotguns here or there, and Falco will just come in. He'll get one. He'll get the second one.
Whoa.
Falco, what a treat! Renstro, though, he'll get the team kill on Falco, but Rise will refrag. It's Renstro with one more, and Novice on a Rise, turn it into a 3v1. Millenium looking to destroy Immortals here, and there we go. Livin holding the rotation as well against the Skull. The entirety of the team going ham here. They can't. I can't believe how effective they are. This is Immortals. This is not your average nobody team. This is Immortals that has played so well in Latin America. But unfortunately, the play style that Immortals has is so easy for Millenium to deal with. They're used to this sort of aggression. They play even better than the Brazilians at what they do. And the blitz from Falco, as I promised, is bellissimo. It comes out and it does the damage. The only way to shut it down is a team kill, as you can tell.
Yeah, an excellent push coming out from Millenium. They were so thirsty for that attack. They knew exactly what they wanted. The no smoke really helped them a lot with Falco pushing in, gets them 2 early kills, and then it just fell apart for Immortals at that stage. They lost their anchor position, plant went down, and it's one of the hardest bomb sites to retake is going to be that downstairs defense, and we're actually going to see Immortals go down there once again. I'm surprised why they're not switching things up. They more or less just got completely smashed in that defense. So I would have liked to see Dorms possibly coming out where they could have changed up their strategy. But maybe they know what the mistake that they made, where they can.
They got off the site.
Yeah.
They got off the
Pretty much.
site, and they had no way to deal with that blitz. This is why people don't ban Mira, because it's gotten to people's heads where, oh, if we have Mira, it's an easy hold. No, it's if your window is smoked off, it kind of acts against you in more than one way, because you're so reliant on that window that you're not expecting anybody to dive in and try to attack you.
5 seconds to go.
So you're expecting to play a lot more defensively behind the window, and nobody's going to push you. It's like, oh, it's a mirror window. I don't know if they're going to shoot me or not.
Locate a bomb and
It's yeah, they will. They're just going to run into you and kill you. And that's why the blitz from Falco comes out. He usually plays this on stream, but he also used to play a ton of the blitz back in the day. Rise bringing it from the side and can't get the kill, though, as there is one player in the back, and they'll have to fall back to try to get the spot here as Falco just sprang through the wall.
That was very close. Falco almost had the bandit on the catch there, so that was very close. Very aggressive start from Millenium. Look how quick that was that they've pushed their way in. And Blitz is excellent to challenge this mirror window. He's probably one of the only operators outside of Montagne who can challenge that very efficiently. You could run all the way straight up to the front of that. The guy still can't kill you, and then you're in that position where you can start peeking him from his own mirror window. So I like in the Blitz pick. It gives a lot more of an aggressive playstyle that I would feel that Millenium has lacked a lot in recent weeks. This is certainly a new Millenium, more than likely because of Falco's here.
Yeah, very much so. You can put him on those comfortable operators where he can really play whatever you need, especially ones that require a lot of aggression. He has shown quite a bit of skill back in the day, and really any position he's at. Goo Mines will get thrown in from Novi's here as the Zofia from Rise will take a bit of damage. This is Millenium now on map point. Our first map. Impact grenade will get thrown into the side, take down the Claymore. Unfortunately, the downside is losing that. Oh no, Cyber is inside of the pantry. He takes down all of the Excairos as he's forced back. Rise taking a lot of damage in that engagement, but now they can actually go onto the mirror window and take it out. They don't. I'm not sure if they know exactly what's happening here. Yuk chucking at the C4. Livin will go down, now eliminating that IQ. Rise still low on health. They can reset him with a minute left, but it's definitely a completely different Millenium than what we saw in the previous round. Rise still watching the back. He'll get one kill. Is he ready for the second? Yeah, he's not ready for it. Cyber will get one. You can still spray through that soft wall as Hicks is going to chase for the kill. And no, Cyber with a quick knife. He'll take him out. That's one on the floor. Falco finally with the exchange. 3v2. As Renshiro and Falco are still alive, but no hard destructors.
bomb located by attackers.
Still easily doable here for Millenium. They have the Blitz. They still have a full health line as well, but this flank coming out from Valkyrie is going to catch Ren with his pants down, and it's going to be all down the Falco. A Blitz stuck in a 1 versus 3. Smoke grenades allow him to push in. Can he possibly get this clutch? It could be a case. He's very close range, which is where Blitz wants to be. And it's going to be around the circle affair here as Yuk comes around and gets the stab. Take that, Yuk. And Falco's after another one, as that is going to be Echo gets lit up, but is not going to fall. Falco, you're running away from the bomb site.
He can't do much. There's no diffuser in hand. And unfortunately, if he can't chase for the kills, he's still a 2-2. Maybe one day they'll make him a 3-2. With a possible Finka boost that can make him a 4-2. Please don't ever do that.
Why'd you say that?
Don't ever. They actually had it where he turned into a 3-2 basically.
On the TTS.
Yeah. I'm glad I was still in Canada back then to not play TTS when he was live like that. But that aside, we'll get to see Immortals getting an extra round on the board. Well, Millenium are not down and out just yet. Renshiro bringing in the shield for Blackbeard. And the setup for Millenium is pretty good. I don't see where we would have any change. They're expecting King Storms, and what I would expect is maybe a push from the Closet, but Livin is switching off from the IQ to that Lion. I'm not sure what really tipped them off here to change their ops, because IQ would have been definitely a big op to have against the Bandit of Diogo, but then again, Zofia, pretty good at just taking control of everything. All you need is to hold Kitchen. From then on, you'll have an angle to take down that Closet, and from there, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, very standard setup for Millenium. They have the hard breach with the Thermite, a lot better on this particular bomb site compared to the Hibana, which they have been bringing. Falco still ever so aggressive on that Blitz. I'm liking the pickup of Ren on the Blackbeard. We know how capable he is as a player on that particular operator. And on a very heavy window site, such as this top floor, it gives him a lot of possibilities. You can play him on that main double window. You can play him even on the kids' windows, which is a very threatening and menacing position for a Blackbeard. Or even just on that connector window inside the corridor can be a very strong one as well. So a lot of options for the Blackbeard to play about with. But if they want to try and go for the kids push, they're going to need to take out whoever's going to be playing inside of that attic. That's going to be number one for Millenium.
An update on EG versus Element Mystic is Evil Geniuses are up 1-0 after defeating Element Mystic on map number 162 total scoreline. So if you want to watch that game, I highly recommend you go to twitch.tv/Rainbow6 Bravo. But if you want to watch both games at the same time, I highly recommend you also take go to multitwitch.com. And you can put in Rainbow6/Rainbow6 Bravo, and you can have both streams playing on at the same time. You can disable the chats, do whatever you want. Both games are definitely very interesting to see what these teams are able to do. Novi's, though, in the master bedroom, trying to find the angle. He knows that there's a player in the back here, but Rise just not flinching at all. No damage done to Rise, as the sister rivalry will accentuate. I'll force the Ela back.
Probably one of the best features, I would say, is the sister rivalry. It's so fun seeing the Ela versus Sophia. More times we see the Ela victory over Sophia, but look where Ren is. He's actually playing in the armory window, a very aggressive position. A lot of Lion spots did come out, and Falco's going to get down, but Ren, with that automatic refrag, does manage to save his teammates' life. Rises, pushed him way in, covers then for Renshiro going for the revive. So a good start for Millenium. They've taken control of the armory, they've taken control of the master bedroom, and now they can finally push their way in with this Thermite.
All right, Falco has been brought up to 50% health. They have to watch rotations from the attic, because here Renshiro, instead of using the Mark 17, will be using his Deagle. It's actually better in this case to use the Deagle. You're usually not going to be using that Deagle to really do much, but because the Mark 17 has a lot less ammo in the pool, you kind of want to make sure you don't expend it for no real reason. Now the SR-25 is definitely still very viable. It's still a two-shot at pretty much wherever you're really shooting and dealing with 61 damage, but one will get the C4 kill here onto Falco, so finally the shield player will get taken down. They're trying to find the angle on the bandit batteries, as you'll see the Thermite opening up the side of the wall. Renshiro will have his drone taken out, though. The angle is being held by one all the way the other side of the hallway. Rise will peek in, and they have 30 seconds left here to execute. Yuk has a fully reinforced wall to use to his advantage with a mirror window, and they just rush in. Renshiro, beautiful control on his recoil here with the Mark 17. She ties it from the outside. Live it. Oh my god, what a spray! Cyber going down. Millenium so close to cleaning this one up here, but they will lose the Sophia, the Lion as well. But Renshiro clutches it with 2 kills right at the end. Millenium will take map number 1 so efficiently, so effectively. This is the Millenium that won DreamHack Austin. This is the Millenium that we all love to see. This is a team that does not fear anyone.
No, we said that they have had a couple of rough weeks. We've seen them inside the Pro League where they didn't perform compared to what we were expecting. Even at DreamHack Valencia,
yep,
they were very poor in terms of what we've seen them do at Austin. So this could be looking for a bit of an uprise for Millenium. They're here to win this.
They are one of the top teams to really take the whole thing. They're a team that has shown a lot of consistency ever since really they went through group stages in the 6th Invitational. They played very well when they defeated FaZe Clan in Atlantic City through the qualifications in Pro League Season 7. Then they go through Season 8. They played pretty darn well. It's a bit of an up and down here and there, but they're still in a very darn good position. Now, DreamHack Valencia were expecting them to play even better than before. Unfortunately, wasn't the case. But here, this is a great start against Immortals. We'll take a look at a few of the highlights here in our first map as we get ready for map number 2.
Yeah, so this was one of my favorite rounds, was that retake coming out from the Valkyrie. Novi's played so well on that Jackal. who can forget Falco with the shotgun and all the other shotgun shenanigans that we did also have. So a very interesting matchup inside of Oregon. Shotgun Central, I believe we'll refer to Oregon now at this stage. But yeah, well done to Millenium. A lot of good early picks, I would say. Ren definitely had one of the better showing of his gun skill, I would say, inside of this matchup. So it's always good to see Ren play well.
Yeah, it's a lot of work here, and Falco definitely was no slouch.
No.
He's, of course, the player coming in replacing Yogurts in this tournament. Yogurt is up on the bench. A lot of people that are asking. There's quite a few fans of the player. We'll let you know right now that my good friend Yogurt is not playing in the tournament here. Falco here is a valiant effort. Unfortunately, he didn't really have too much success in it, but Renshiro definitely had a lot of success in the round here, getting a 4K in total in the very final round against Immortals on Oregon. If this was map number 1 showing for Millenium, I can't wait to see what they have in store for us later.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting lineup. We know that Immortals are still a very, very strong team. They're tied with Liquid inside of Latin America.
This was Immortals pick, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And now Coastline is more of it is Millenium's pick, and it is more of a map that tailors itself to the way that Millenium play in general.
Yeah.
Let's hold angles.
Yeah.
This is a map that I might see Renshiro actually playing SR25 instead of Mark 17, just to prove a point, because it's been very effective on that, holding off on windows. It's very difficult to deal with players like that. I'm really excited to see what this has in store for us, because I love seeing Coastline. But also, it is really one of my favorite maps. It's unfortunate that we haven't really been able to see Clubhouse, at least on the stream.
Yeah,
I don't
think we've seen it.
No.
I don't know if
with
other
EG
games
Element Mystic. Yeah, I'm not sure if it is within the series, but we'll finally head into Coastline, ladies and gentlemen. Sunny Spain, yet again. And
we were just there.
Yeah, I do miss it. Spain, Valencia, let's just say it was beautiful. It was fantastic, but definitely Paris is giving it a run for its money. To say the least, we were out yesterday. We had some fun. I've been here like quite a few times, but going to Champs-Élysées with everybody, seeing how Paris is, this center of civilization, it's definitely a welcome change. Change of pace.
Yeah, certainly is. So, speaking of a change of pace, we're going to be seeing the Dokkaebi being banned out. So that is going to be Millenium going with that ban. So that is essentially going to set the tone of this entire matchup, because Dokkaebi is so influential on nearly every map. She's universal. That's why she can be played on every single bomb site, every single map. It doesn't matter. She will come in handy. And Immortals are going to say no to Renshiro, as I'm sure they probably did predict a big Blackbeard map coming out from Renshiro. So banning out that Blackbeard is just hinders Millenium. It means that Ren is going to have to go on an operator, which he may not be as comfortable on, but still he should be having an operator up her sleeve that he can fall back to.
All right. See which defensive operator will get banned here. Of course, Immortals going for it. I assume it's going to be Mira. They're not going to let Mira through again, right? There we go. Okay. Good. Learning your lesson. Renshiro can play a mean Blackbeard and a mean Mira.
Yeah, exactly.
And there you go. This, however, leaves Glass open. Now, Millenium don't really have a dedicated Glass player, but it still fits within the playstyle of Renshiro. And it is very possible to see him playing around the windows with the Glass instead of a Blackbeard now.
Also, Ying's not going to get banned, so that's already going to be a scary combo, Ying plus Glass. We know how strong that combo is. Looking at a team such as G2, that is a strategy which they have taken proficiently on Coastline, is the Glass and the Ying play, where they just swing in through the double window on the top floor and then just go for the plant. Glass being that big Overwatch character sitting there, just watching it, making sure nobody can rotate in. A very strong operator lineup with the Ying and Glass, and we're going to be seeing the Glass being brought out by Diogo. Oh, we're going to see a switch to the Ying, so we're not going to see both of them, just the one, unless Novice is willing to put himself on the line for the Glass. But he is going to pick the IQ. We're seeing the Echo being brought as well inside of Millenium, so that's going to be then more of a control setup, certainly more of a control setup, as Smoke and also Legion is going to be brought into the mix as well.
Okay, there we go. Glass, Diego, finally bringing it out. Ying definitely works quite a bit, but actually, even on Hoka Billiards Room, pushing in from pool room with the Ying is definitely very much doable play here. I'm not sure if Immortals are picking the glass, awaiting another site to be played, but still works out, that's for sure. And we'll see how Millenium set up the defense here, as they're not bringing a mute, they're not bringing a bandit. Immortals, however, are bringing Hibana. Every single time I say it. See the wall is being reinforced right now by Livin and Hicks. That is easy pickings for a Hibana. Just come in and have a wall to really shut their opponents down. Now, what you need also is some sort of hold on the hallway or in the VIP. If you don't have that, then you can very easily take shots at those Excairos and take them down. So it's not like you will do it immediately, but you still need some sort of help from your teammates. So this is why the Dokkaebi was banned. Just makes Immortals' life a bit more complicated.
I'm liking these shotgun holes. I think they're going to come in to play a big part in this round, because that is essentially going to be something that Immortals always have to be aware of. They're always going to have to be careful that somebody may kill them through that sightline. It's easily possible. And we're going to be seeing, again, the Supernova being brought out on the side of Ren. We talked about where we seen the Supernova being brought because there was no smoke in the last match, but there is a smoke this time, so taking double shotguns does just give it more of a destructibility factor, so that's why we did see Ren go ahead and open up some of the walls inside of that VIP area. But the first blood already coming out as Cyber does take out Livin. A very big kill already is the roamer, the main roamer, the Vigil, is going to be gone.
Yeah, this is the thing. Livin is very well known for his plays on the Korean operator, so when it comes to Dokkaebi or for Vigil, he has quite a bit to show on these ops. I wonder if it's up to the SMG-12 as well in that position. One would think, but Novi's just trying to find an angle here on potential peeks from the window. It's a very common peek to have. And a big reason of why Echoes will run the Supernova instead of the MP5 is because, you know what, they're just going to play up close. They're going to be playing all the way back until they need to rush up and really fight up close and personal, where the Supernova, where that Bearing 9 will really shine. And Diogo, who finds the shot on Rise, Rise is only able to take down one. And that's the Lion. It's a big pick here for Millenium, but it's only one. They have to deal with Falco inside as Diogo, giving information. Renshiro will bring in his Yokai drone. As you see Falco sitting in behind the bar. They're going to try to use this to their advantage. Cyber,
oh, the
yes,
vent.
That is so rarely used, but Falco baited in here to get killed by the grenade. Unfortunately, no ADS because there's no Jaeger present for Millenium.
Hex does get the kill onto Novi, so that does square things off a little bit, but still a 3 versus 2. Ren has his Echo drones in place, but with this Aquarium being let go from Millenium, with what a need. I'm still baffled by how that actually still worked and they managed to go for that. I'm liking where Ren's hiding this Yokai drone underneath the pool table, but the smoke grenades do go out, so this is where the plant will come in. Gas canister, I believe, is actually going to miss its mark, and yes, Yuk can go for the plant.
Yeah, I think one of the Yokais were spotted there. There we go. Their fuser is going to get put on the floor. I'll have to move it around. It's Hicks requiring the information from Renshiro here. At least the rest of the team, they spot one player in the back, but this is what I was talking about. Just use the Hibana to your advantage. Hicks will get one, but Yuk on the outside will make it very complicated for Renshiro to come out and deal with. And here we go. He spots the head and he finds it. Renshiro with one more left alive. Does he know where Cyber is? He's checking the other way on the balcony. He's right by the hallway as Renshiro will fall back to the site, try to stick the diffuser. Cyber moving in, but he's far away. There we go. Turns around and gets the kill. Unfortunate here for Renshiro as Immortals will find the way in the round.
A huge round for Cyber there, really brought his team into that matchup, and this is looking better for Immortals. This is the Immortals that we expected, very methodical. They knew exactly what they wanted. Great patience as well from Cyber in that 1 versus 1, and again, Ren is showing his gun skill once again, very, very proficient on that Echo. Hex as well did try and go for a bit of a retake, but nonetheless a very strong hold from Immortals once they got the plant down, once they got the clear out of the aquarium. It was just piece by piece push and execution from Immortals, and Millenium are going to be headed once again to the hookah lounge and the billiard room once again, but we are going to see an operator switch as the pulse will be brought out to play. So it is going to be more of a downstairs hold, I would imagine, then looking in towards these next couple of rounds.
All right. Let's see now the start again from Millenium, and they're going to play the same site. Now, what are they changing? Not really much. The biggest change here being living on the pulse. So, excited to see how that is going to be played out, possibly from below to shut down their opponents walking into the site. That's usually where you're going to see the pulse being set up, but you need some protection around him. Rice might just be playing around the stairs here as well. Falco definitely should be learning that when you don't have any ADS, you can't really stay behind that bar for too long.
No, it's a very common area that many defenders do like to play. It's a very tricky situation for the attacking team to get rid of them, unless they do have frag grenades, like you said. Typically, we don't see it used in the vent hole. It's just more or less get somebody with frag grenades on the aquarium balcony and you frag them just standard. But yeah, certainly having the ADSs does help quite a bit, especially on the lineup of Immortals where they're bringing heavy utility with flashbangs, with smoke grenades. It does help quite a bit having them ADSs, which I'm quite surprised why Millenium aren't bringing that. They're instead referring this Doc compared to a Jaeger, so that's a very interesting pickup. Maybe they want to try and go for these long-range fights, but then again, you have an Echo who could bring the Egg Hog as well, so it is a bit of a hit-or-miss strategy, I would say, bringing a Doc. For the most part, we don't see Doc have that big of an influence with his gadget, but sometimes it may work.
All right, Rise watching in from the back of the theater. And just Cyber coming in the same position we saw him at not but one round ago. Hasn't been able to find anybody just yet. Just making sure that he has some sort of hold on rotations from his opponents. That's why you see him checking these close angles. Now Novi's on the Twitch trying to find some utility to take away. And of course it combos very well with potential IQ. The IQ was present in the previous round, not really here. He's going to try to go for a snipe on the Yokai, and oh no, not enough range. Renshiro will drop
away, Ryan.
No, Novi's turning around, and oh, he's going to be able to run that Yokai out of position. Ah, no, there we go. He snipes it again. Not really expecting him. He spots the Echo sitting in the back. It's a bit too slow here, Renshiro, but the Twitcher will run rampant. This takes down as much utility as possible. Of course, maximum 5, because that's what you have now. And so far, no casualties in the round. But as I say that, Novi's with the first kill, he'll get traded off instantly by Renshiro.
So first blood does go in way of Immortals, but does get traded out very quickly by Millenium. Rise, however, will get the kill onto Cyber with that Doc. One has already used one of his EE1Ds, and that Legion Mine is going to get him caught out. It's X with a double kill. Takes out the Buck as well. So last man up will be Diogo onside off that aquarium balcony. 1 versus 4 for the Glass. This is certainly edging towards a Millenium round.
And Diogo just watching the window. Doesn't know where he's going to get pushed from, but that diffuser is on the floor and definitely makes things a lot more complicated for him. Livin can definitely come in from the back and chuck in a C4 from below, but it'll be Rise who peeks against the Glass and wins it out. And in that position, when the Glass isn't able to win the fight, it kind of starts to destabilize the team because, I mean, he didn't even need to reboost himself, but there you go. Round 2 will go the way of Millenium. It's a tie 1-1. Millenium, again, still on the defense. We'll remind you that at round 6, Millenium will go on the attack as we play 5 attack, 5 defense. This is really one of the biggest changes that we've had, and so far it's been working out pretty darn well. I think everybody's pretty happy with that. 6th pick and operator bans have definitely had a profound impact on the metagame.
Yeah, certainly having that new system with the 6th pick always causes a lot of shenanigans inside of the pick phase, and even sometimes the ban phase, having the 6th pick as well. Whenever you're talking about the ban phase, it doesn't really give you a lot of options then, possibly where some teams may want to kind of trick you. And we're going to see that same trick again where Diogo's going to bring the Glass proficiently. He has not really done too much with the Glaz at this stage compared to some big plays we've seen with Glaz in the past, particularly on Coastline, a very heavy Glaz map. I'm quite surprised that we're not seeing any Ying being brought by Immortals either, as a very big Ying map, and it did not get banned.
It was a 6-pick for round 1.
Yeah, but and he's proficiently just kept going for the Glaz on the 6-pick. Looking at the setup from Millenium, they're going to go for the heavy hold inside of the billiard room. Having all 4 reinforcements on that wall is something that we do not see a whole lot, and also another 2 inside of the VIP. So they're devoting a lot of resources here.
And this is why, really. I mean, usually this wall is completely blown out, so you don't really need a ton of reinforcements for the side below. And usually, the 2 reinforcements that are set are on this wall on the left. Here, it'll all be completely open. And you know what? I actually really do like this. The reinforcements, either you reinforce everything or you destroy everything. Yeah. Because, you know, either you box your opponents in as, you know, in a can of sardines, or you leave the whole thing open so you can shoot through it and contest them. Oh, that's a loss on the shock drone. That's both shock drones that are down for Novies.
Yeah, not too good there. Losing your Twitch drone, it's not the best. Losing a big utility gets rid of different goo mines as well. So, yeah, big loss.
All right, well, into that. Immortals will try to come into the kitchen as one will tap away. And there we go. Diogo, the first kill on the Glaz. That'll be a kill on the Rook, fortunately. Our resident Rook Wrench hero has not been able to do much in this. Novi's moving up very close, and Livin will go down. Unfortunately, can't get the frag off of it. Novi's taking down Livin, and Novi's, oh my god, what a flick! Hicks down on the floor, headshot. And even Hicks is like, nice shot, not really expecting that at all. Cyber kills himself, I guess. It's part of the experience. Falco rotating into the back of the site, playing by Sunrise, very close up in the bar. Fortunately, his goo mine will miss. Rise from above will try to help. And this is why they opened up the walls. Unfortunately, Falco's on the floor. Novi's coming in from the back, and he's already cleaned up most of the team. It's a 3K here for him, and he's looking for the 4th one. The first one was taken in by Diogo. Diffuser has been set, and all the hatches, all the stairs are being watched by Immortals. Rise will have to jump in at some point as the Lion, using the E1D, put him in position. Really allowing him to move as Yuk looking in. Rise not really able to find anywhere to move around. He's got to go through the Ghoul Vibe stairs, and if anything, this is the real death trap. The Twitch peeking in, but Rise will get the kill. Unfortunately, it's Yuk to take him out. Not a lot of time there left at the end, and Immortals absolutely destroy Millenium, and all off of the Twitch play.
Yeah, all because of losing that. There's that one little drone just completely just ruins the kind of setup. Big kills coming out from Novi's. You know, that's very, very aggressive Twitch. We know he's just a very generally good gun skill player who can more or less take on anybody. I believe he is ranked 2nd in Latin America in terms of the most kills inside of the season, so that's certainly a title which is only surpassed by Nesk, of course. Who else would it be? Top fragger in Latin America. But still, very, very good plays coming out from Immortals. This is certainly looking more of a closer matchup in terms of this particular map. We've seen the very strong start coming out on Oregon for Millenium. Could we see the same from Immortals this time?
Attackers need to locate and
All right, Millenium now bringing both operator in here. So both Italian ops will be played. We'll see Hicks on the pulse this time around, and Livin with the smoke, as well as Falco again on the Legion.
So Alibi, that's a big operator there that certainly has more downsides most of the time compared to upsides. We don't really see her bring a whole lot to the meta currently, mostly because these are pro players. They know exactly what they're looking for in terms of Alibi. Yeah, sure, it may work in your casual, your ranked playstyle, but Alibi isn't really used in the high level. Sometimes you may see it on particular maps, such as Oregon, where you could use it inside of the meeting area. Very big room, kind of catches people by surprise in most cases.
And the biggest pick rate for Alibi comes out on Clubhouse. unfortunately, the second one really is Coastline. You don't really see a ton of Alibi play. She has been here and there, but definitely not as much as Maestro, that's for sure.
So we're going to be seeing a bit of a roam presence coming out from Alibi and also Hicks inside of that Sunrise area. I'm quite surprised why he would put himself in such of a vulnerable position whenever Immortals can simply put a drone in through that first door and know exactly where he is. And Sunrise is a very, very difficult area, and Hicks does get a kill from it, and that is going to be the glass going down, so a very big kill already in the beginning. We seen Glaz sit there and tag it saying, yeah, somebody's over there, but nobody from Immortals decided to follow that up.
It's a bit of a problem here as well. It's not a perfect trade for Millenium either, as now they lose the C4, and off of that, it's one that'll get the kill on Falco. Unfortunately here on the cross. So, Livin getting very close up to the window, and unfortunately these angles that are preset by Millenium will start working against them. Got to be very careful not to give Immortals too much of a headway, but again, this is Coastline. So Immortals are looking for 4 rounds on the attack. They really need these because the defense suffers quite a bit on the side here. Renshiro will be down but not taken out just yet. This is where you'd love to have a dock. So there you go, Cyber to finish him off with the skeleton key. Arise playing in the back of the hallway here by Hookah. Not going to find anyone just yet. It's one moving in from the backside. They have so much control here. Immortals only losing 1 player. They can just literally get onto the site if they want to. There's only 1 player. Livin alive on here. Novice gets 1. Livin will get the refrag though. He has to reload the SMG. Has shotgun in hand. 3 players in for Immortals. 1 coming in from the lobby. Livin playing outside of the site. He has to outplay his opponents in this position, and unfortunately, how does this... That was a clear headshot, in my opinion, but still, doesn't matter.
Another thing to point out as well was that Maestro cam was still feeding that intel to Liven as well. Liven knew that somebody was coming around that corner, and he still didn't get that kill. That's very unfortunate.
All right, we'll see a tactical break coming out from Millenium. So they're going to talk in with Capel, so he can bring them back down to earth, make sure that everybody's focused on the game here. As you see, it's getting a bit sweaty here with our French squad, or at least mix, because they do have a Belgian coach, and one of the players is Belgian as well. So there you go, full even. Falco technically half French, half Italian, I guess. So it's
Rise being Belgium.
He rises to the occasion quite a few times. You see, Renchiro's setting up here. He's warming up his hands. I wonder why he has to do that, since all he does is hold 1 angle for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, but we've seen some of the good shots he had. It was, you cannot. I'm going to tell Ren you said that.
Yeah, you can. It's a joke. I think he gets jokes, right?
We can only hope.
We can only hope. Yeah, I'm going to die by the end of the day, and you'll know why. There you go. Capel having his microphone turned off by the admin as we get ready to get into this this round here. Now, round number 5, of course, Millenium. If they can get 2 rounds on the defense, that'll be a pretty darn good start. As even though the Dokkaebi is banned by them, they will still have a pretty darn big advantage going into the attacking side. Though Immortals, of course, with that direct ban on the Blackbeard, will very much affect their French opponents.
So Hookah Lounge and Billards is where we're going to be headed once again. We've seen this already played twice, so we are more expecting a bit of the same, possibly a little bit different. I would personally have liked to see Liven playing downstairs below inside of the blue bar or the office area compared to where he was last time in and about that master bedroom area. So I would like to see the Pulse being played, feeding a lot of intel, which is great for a map like Coastline where you can go downstairs and use that cardiac scanner to the best of your ability and just gain all the intel inside of the aquarium. Just using that, and again, you can see look at all that wooden destructibility as well that you can use to your advantage. I'm sure that Falco could possibly put a Maestro camera inside there as well. It gives more intel possibly as well. So it's always curious to see where teams like to use their Maestro cameras, because they are very versatile in many positions that you can place it. We've seen a lot of different cameras being placed on like raised up areas so it kind of gives you like a 360-degree view as well. So a lot of different options that you can use with your Maestro cameras.
All right, so we'll see how that plays out for them here. As you know, it's not really Falco that usually be playing the Maestro, so interesting to see how Millenium will play this one out. Living back in the same position here in the hallway. He's not going to peek against the Twitch below. He's looking for a specific angle. So Novi's will set up the Claymore, and I believe that this has been heard by Livin instantly. As the drone is thrown up, it'll get taken out by Livin. So he's gonna fall back, not really contest the Twitch. He's in this position. He's got to worry really about Cyber. Just making his way into the bathroom as he's just droning in, making sure there's nobody in there. There are players in the theater, though, and you see this same setup here with the walls. Hookah defense doesn't really work a lot for quite a few teams, but Millenium here will try to make this one function for them in this round. They need that second one.
I'm liking where Cyber's being positioned inside of that bathroom area. He can drop down that hatch anytime. He has a lot of destructible walls as well where he can drop and then push in, like we have already seen. Yuk is going to try and take these first couple of gunfights. It would be interesting to see if we had a smoke canister being, smoke grenade being tossed out, so Glaz could possibly walk in, just clears the rumors away. Yeah, sure, you're using one smoke grenade, but Novi's from behind. We've said that he is just a loner, just here, just anywhere he can get a pick, that is where he's going to be located. And Livin, he does get spotted out inside the corridor as one will pick up that kill. So a quick double kill for Immortals, and that's going to be 2 of the roamers down for Millenium. And this is where Immortals can start putting the pressure on Millenium and start getting rid of all of the utility that is still located inside of this aquarium.
This is why this is such an attacker-sided map, because your rotations are always jeopardized by a player on the top. Oh, the shotgun rush here from Hicks will get the kill. He will drop down, though. So getting back up will be a bit of a complicated matter, but he can play from below. Has the shotgun, he'll try to remodel the site. As Novi's is unsure of where his opponent is. Rainbow has set up his yokai drone. There is really nothing on Immortals to help deal with that except for the Twitch. And it's not always easy to find the yokais in these positions. He does have 2 charges on each one of them, and one is holding the back, one holding the front from the aquarium. 25 seconds left on the clock, and Immortals need to get onto the site. They rotate to the other side of the map, try and come in from the hallway into Hookah for a backside defense, or from a backside plant. This is not something that will usually happen. But Renshiro has everything under control. This actually plays perfectly into Millenium's hands. They pushed in the angle. Unfortunately, he's Cyber rest ready. They can't push through the smoke. Get the kill on him. Hicks finding the headshot onto Novi's. Diffuser will get set down here right at the end as they spray through the wall. Oh no! They drop him! The Habana's on the floor! Millenium take it! No time to go for the plant. And it's a 3-2 still advantage for Immortals, but Millenium take exactly what they need. 2 rounds on the defense in spectacular fashion as they go on to the attack.
What a round. That certainly did take a bit of an upset there. We thought that Immortals had full control of the bomb site. They had the plant going down, but just that big spray from the LMG did manage to save the day for Millenium, and that does give them that round back. And like you said, an attacker-favored map. This is where Millenium can start to have a bit of fun for themselves. And certainly Immortals, this is where the pressure will start to carry on them as they do lead into our first defensive site, which is going to be the penthouse and the theater.
Definitely a very complicated position to be in here as Immortals, as you need the second map. You need to stay alive in the series for as long as possible. And Millenium are giving them no quarters whatsoever. I'm very impressed by the play from Millenium, as they have been displaying a lot more team cohesion and strategy compared to Immortals. You know, again, it's a comparison. It is not to say straight up, oh, it's like they have nothing in play, nothing planned, nothing in play. No, it's not the case at all. Immortals definitely have a plan in mind, but Millenium just seem to have something very straightforward that is functioning every single time, even when they draw Immortals very close to losses on these rounds. Now, attacker side here on the coastline, advantage. Again, I'll keep saying it. There's a huge advantage to it. You can lock out rotations. It's much easier to hunt out the roamers. Sure, the Dokube's not here, but specifically to Millenium, they can't use that Blackbeard. So, won't be seeing a play with the glass, as we saw with the Immortals. It'll be more of a play with the Twitch. So, Renshiro picking that up now.
Yeah, the Twitch is primarily going to be used to get rid of them ADSs, where they can then start bringing in Falco, use this heavy nade setup that they can go for as well. Nades are very good on this particular bomb site because inside of that penthouse area, some people do like to play in behind that bed area, so a quick frag can get rid of that as well. Also, it helps with VIP, especially in that little bit of a dark spot area inside of VIP, and nade can help, where we do see some defenders being played in. Rise is going to be here holding the angle with the reflex, doesn't have an ACOG, seen a figure, but does not go for the shot. And like we said, Ren is going to move in, get rid of these ADSs, and this just makes Falco's job a whole lot easier.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Zofia is not on the balcony whilst the drones are coming up. We're expecting maybe aggressive plays from Immortals. They have been very well known for such things in the past. So they might get a bit ballsy here, but Twitch drone will get lost. But Livin taking down Novi's, and I say that is the Bandit out of play. You see so many punch holes that have been opened up downstairs as Renshiro will have to take a bit of damage from the smoke here. There you go. They tell him to fall back so they can open the rotation for him, and they can help him out just in case somebody rushes into them. Renshiro just spraying in the back, and oh my god, what was that? One will go down. Diogo tagged very low in the back. Millenium very close to taking this. Hicks in the meantime gets one onto Yuk. Now barbed wire will get taken down here by Rise. Is 2 alive from Immortals. Diogo low on health, but he's going to try to get aggressive against his opponents. There's so many angles that Millenium will have to deal with though. As seems like a swipe from Immortals. One will go down, all up to Diogo now as he goes in for the spray, and Renshiro, again, the monster, the beast, every single time. It's just no matter what operator you give this man, he is an immovable mountain against his opponents.
It's mostly because he doesn't move from the one angle that he holds.
And he holds it like nobody else.
Of course he does. So, Immortals, that was a bit of a sloppy round from them. One thing that I take away from that is all 3 gas canisters from the smoke were used by 1 minute 20. That should never happen. You shouldn't even have a smoke grenade being displayed at that time. So that just shows the aggression that Millenium are picking up on these attacks. They're carrying it on over from the Oregon matchup. They do not have the Blitz that Falco did play in Oregon, but again, Blitz isn't too good of an operator for this particular map because it is a lot more long angles where Blitz can't really challenge compared to Oregon, which is very close range. So I am liking this very aggressive start from Millenium, and this is where they can start getting the momentum, start getting it rolling. And even though we said Renshiro has been playing well, Hicks is top fragger at this stage with 8 kills.